Hello everyone and welcome to another MLM shit show. Today we are gonna watch Setting the Record Straight with WFABB and iGenius. I don't remember seeing this video before, so I decided to react to it today. I'm also wearing a leather crop top. This is my attempt at looking like bougie. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to support me, and let's just put a little disclaimer in here and let's get into this shit show. And off we go.
Oh, wow. Okay, so a lot of things have been happening with WFABB. We've been in a huge transition, and I'm so excited to, come on here and share more credible information about this company. There has been a lot of things up in the air that has been said that has been false, and we just want to come on here and clarify. And I was just trying to figure out how I could come on here and address and make a video. But then I thought, you know what? Why don't we bring somebody from iGenius to come on here and just elaborate more about this company, iGenius, and the facts behind iGenius. So I'm bringing up Chad. He is the president of this company, and I want him to come on here and just share everything, all the credibility, all the facts about this company, so that you guys can get the proper information coming from us.
Okay, just for some context, I'm pretty sure this was made when iGenius, or whatever their name before was caught in that little scandal where they were basically scamming people, and Kiki Chanel, of course, the queen of anti-MLM, made a really good WFABB iGenius video with all their scammy past. Very easy to follow, great video.
In short, Kuvera was actively committing securities fraud by not registering their passive ROI cloud mining products with the SEC. So here's where things get really crazy. In 2018, Kuvera suddenly stopped their return on investment payments, claiming that Ethereum was no longer profitable to mine and that they wouldn't be mining it anymore. And sorry, there's no alternative coins we can mine with your products. We're just not gonna do anymore. So we're gonna suspend all of our ROI payments. Here's what's even crazier. They also suspended the withdrawals, okay? So if anybody had made any money, let's just say an affiliate had already made money using this passive ROI system, okay? It's already been earned. No one could withdraw that money that was already there and already earned. Completely, no access to it anymore.
If there is the slightest chance that you didn't watch Kiki Chanel, which I believe every single person that watches my videos or any other anti-MLM videos watches Kiki Chanel as well, but just in case if you haven't, just go watch her video on iGenius. And this video was made to kind of redeem, or kind of like save face, basically, or be like, well, we're not actually scammers, that type of thing.
Jasmine, thanks a bunch for inviting me. When you reached out and you kind of just told me what was going on, and had the idea maybe to just do a quick little Zoom, I thought that was an awesome idea, because yeah, I've been, a couple of people have told me about some of these videos and things that are flying around out there, and yeah, a lot of misinformation, right? And it's not like we're upset or frustrated by it. We just want to make sure that the truth is out there and just kind of set the record straight. And so, before I jump into it, if it's okay, Jasmine, I'll just kind of explain who we are. Like, what is iGenius? iGenius is, technically, and in the way we're registered, we're a publisher of financial education and research, right? But our platform goes a little bit beyond that, beyond just like, providing people access to videos and tools and different live education and stuff. We also have,
our platform goes a little bit beyond, as in we're an MLM and we're scamming people out of money by promising them that they can be super rich and successful investors, in my own opinion, of course.
This kind of ecosystem of strategic partnerships. And, we partner with companies. We leverage our economies of scale as a company to go to different third-party companies that really would make sense for our members to utilize or whatever. And we negotiate perks or benefits for them, even though they're not companies that we own or anything else like that. They're just partnerships. And so beyond the financial education component of what we do, we offer a whole bunch of different perks and benefits to third-party platforms and products. And then as a result, we have this, what we really consider a really cool platform that can help people, get their finances in order, live better lives, but by doing all that. And so, yeah, that's kind of what we are in a nutshell. one of the things that's really important to stress, as I watched a couple of these videos and stuff like that, I think that there's at times a little bit of a misconception that we're trying to claim that somehow we found the magic bullet that people can basically, pay for one of our memberships and they're going to get rich, right? And that's absolutely just not what we're teaching. It's not what we're all about. In fact,
that's literally all the WFABB is teaching. Oh, you can get rich because this AI can do everything for you. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to do anything. That's literally what they're saying on social media. Like, what the hell?
We teach people that in order to, get yourself financially fit or, to really get your finances in order, it takes, a long time, years and years. It's funny. I kind of cringe when people talk about this whole like financial freedom, right? You hear that term in all different, industries and stuff like that. But really, financial freedom is something that takes, like decades to create, right? And so anyway, the point is we are believers that the education that we provide can help somebody get their finances in order.
Sorry to interrupt, but like WFABB would literally not agree with that, because I've never heard a WFABB member saying, or for that matter, any other anti-MLM, any other MLM rep, coach, whatever out there, most of them say, this is quick, look at me, I'm on top, and it only took 2 years. I've never ever heard any of the reps saying, especially in WFABB, it's gonna take you years and years, unless maybe if people are failing and they want to quit, then they're like lure them in by saying, well, it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, they're gonna spew whatever the situation requires them to do. So it's really funny that like the president is saying completely opposite of what WFABB and all the other MLM reps are saying.
It can help somebody, make better decisions with their money. And then, access to some of these different third parties and different companies that people, they get access to with our company, we think are just additional benefits that continue to add value to our membership. So look, let's jump right into it. One of the things that I want to address head on that I've seen in some of these videos that I've heard kind of floating around is that, we were legally forced change our name because we had like scammed people out of money and something had happened that the government like said like, oh, you better change your name, or we had to do it to like hide behind something. So let's be really clear. All right. So the company has been around for, like over 6 years. We have reinvented ourselves a couple of times. Like 4 or 5 years ago, the company was called Wealth Generators. Right. And, in an effort to improve the branding and really kind of create new excitement. And ultimately, that name was just not a really good name, to be honest with you. The company changed the name to Kuvera, and that was a branding change. That was just basically a brand name change. And then in January of this year, the company changed from Kuvera to iGenius. But there was 2 really big differences between those changes. The WG change, the Wealth Generators change to Kuvera, was more of like just branding. It was more just like, hey, we've got a new story we want to tell people, but much of the the decision makers and stuff like that were the same. The change from Kuvera to iGenius was basically a completely new company launch, right? So the only thing that stayed the same was the company's tax ID number, but there was new people making decisions. The old decision makers had made quite a few like decisions that weren't good. Just speaking really openly.
AKA they were exposed for scamming a bunch of people, and then they changed the name to get away from that bad name and bad reputation and start over with a new type of a scam, in my own opinion.
So new people were in charge, new software, new products, a new compensation structure. And so it was a new company, and that's why the name was changed. Companies change all the time when there's really big changes happening. They just announced recently that Square is now going to be blocked, right? That's those are big things. I mean, Google, you guys, is Alphabet. Facebook was changed their name to Meta, or that's going to be powered by Meta, whatever it may be. So that happens, right? It's just something that happens. But just make it really clear that the company that we launched in January is not the company that, Jasmine, I know you were a part of, several years back. It's not the same company. We literally started in January as far as on this journey with the people that are making the decisions, with the products that we are offering, completely fresh start. And it was a new company that was birthed in January of 2021. Now, as a part of that, where people are saying, well, they had to change their name, they were forced to change their name, they always cite that there was a CFTC fine that was paid by the company. Look, we don't hide behind that. It's in our public filings. So basically the CFTC which is one of the regulatory bodies in the US. They came in, they asked us to provide them every detail about our business. They basically looked upside down, inside out, the entire company, inside out. And they basically said that one of our products that we were offering, they felt like it was not in line. It was deemed as, we weren't licensed to be offering it. It was a Forex software product that we had a contract with a company to create. It plugged in, it connected to people's trade accounts. And they said that it was, that we shouldn't be offering it. So we discontinued it. We paid the fine, and that's that, right? They didn't shut our company down. They didn't send us like a cease and desist. They literally just evaluated our company. And at the end of it, they, we made the changes necessary, and we rolled on, right? And the interesting thing is the CFTC, the SEC,
we made the changes necessary to rebrand and get away from the bad reputation that this gave us and scamming other people who used to be a part of our company, allegedly.
FTC, all these regulatory bodies, from time to time, they take a look at what a company's doing, especially when a company, starts to do, good things. And so, we have had other inquiries where they looked at our business and they were completely satisfied with our business practices. So those are just two things I want to address. Okay, let's go into another one, right? One of the YouTubers that I saw basically said that people would be much better off joining a startup than iGenius, which I thought was just kind of interesting. Again, everybody has their own opinion. I'm not here to say they aren't, but we are essentially a startup. I mean, we pre-launched in January was technically the way that we positioned it. We had still a couple of things with our products and our platform that we were kind of finalizing. And then we kind of fully launched in June of this year. So, for all intents and purposes, this is a startup. I guess the only difference is that we are backed by a publicly traded company called InvestView, which is actually a strength. It's a good thing, which means we are, we're backed by a stable, secure company. InvestView has other companies that they own or that are a part of their umbrella. One is, one of the largest Bitcoin mining operations in the country. And they have, like a broker dealer, they have other stuff. So yeah, we are one of their subsidiaries. But we're essentially a startup, right? January is when we got things really going. Okay, let's talk about one other thing. I heard this and I thought this was interesting. One of the videos was basically saying, look, anyone can go buy crypto. You don't need iGenius to buy crypto or to buy Bitcoin. Well, of course, everybody can go out and buy crypto. That is obvious. And it's not about purchasing Bitcoin. That's not what we are doing. We're trying to teach people. And what we are doing is helping people learn the best ways to get their money working for them, right? So we're helping people get educated about the blockchain and about blockchain projects and about the different coins and currencies that are in the space. You absolutely can get a lot of the same information for free on YouTube or on podcasts. But the difference is that in our live sessions and our trainings and our education, it's dynamic. You have a support system. You have a group of people that you can talk to. You can actually, ask questions to market experts, people that are studying it, people that are in it every single day. And so it's very interactive. It's very dynamic. I like to compare it to like a gym membership, right? You can go online and you can learn all of the same workout routines. I mean, from diet, nutrition, to technique, to how to have a good workout to get in shape, to be healthy. But guess what? Like millions of people, they still pay for a trainer, or millions of people, they still pay to go to a class, like a fitness class, even though they could go get that all for free. Well, why? Because they get a support system. They get access to ask questions and have somebody kind of help them out. And that's exactly what our platform is, of course.
The big difference, though, is that usually the training programs would be cheap, affordable, let's say. Unless you're paying for like a personalized training from an Instagram influencer or something, those tend to be a little bit more expensive. iGenius is not cheap. It costs like what, $1,000 or something? It's crazy. Who has money to afford that? You can most certainly trade without being a part of iGenius. You can most certainly trade without being in WFABB and the whole MLM side. I personally know a good few of people who got rich, well, I wouldn't say rich, but who earned a good amount of money by buying Bitcoin and then selling it when it went up. Some of them were actually following the graphs, watching YouTube videos, experts talking about it, trying to predict when the prices are gonna go up, when's the best time to sell. They did it all without joining iGenius, without joining any other scam, in my own opinion, and spending a ton of money on there, leveraging experts training, whatever the heck he's talking about. Yeah, I forgot what he was talking about. I'm sorry. I'm hungry, so my attention span is a little bit not great at the moment.
There's a lot of free information out there, and of course you don't need iGenius to to buy Bitcoin, but what we are providing is so much more than just telling people to buy Bitcoin. It's access to market experts, and in addition to that, and what iGenius, like I said in the beginning, we also have these third-party strategic partnerships where people are getting access to crypto platforms that they wouldn't maybe get access to otherwise, or they're getting like perks and benefits. Like, for example, we have a partnership with a company called CoinZoom. CoinZoom is, it's a crypto exchange. And our members, we negotiated with CoinZoom that our members get like a higher up card level, and they can get their card shipped for free, like small little perks, right? But those perks, they kind of stack up when we have many of them. Or one of them is, we have a partnership with a company called Endotech, right? And Endotech, they're normally set up to really help institutions or like high net worth individuals. But our members, we have a little link in our back office that, people can click on. And if they go over to Endotech, if one of our members does, they create an account, they're able to do it and connect the Endotech software to their crypto account with like a much smaller account minimum, right? So that's, again, the perk and the benefit. And the cool thing is, and this is an important thing to point out, that again, we create education. So like when our members click on that link and go over to Endotech, we don't get paid. The reason I bring this up is because in one of the articles out there, there was this whole big thing made about like, well, we aren't reporting our revenue from Endotech. We aren't reporting the assets under management that we are managing at Endotech. And it's like, well, of course we're not, because number one, we don't even get a finder's fee. We negotiated a deal where we pushed all the benefit for our users. We didn't even, the company doesn't get the kickback or any sort of thing. We just basically have a link there and an agreement in place that allows our members to get, their account created at a lower minimum, get an account created and have that software working for them, and we make nothing on it. So when it comes to reporting, to the SEC, we pay attorneys, and we have a whole team of people at InvestView that they do things the right way. I almost found that one like humorous, that like the point was being made that somehow we're like, we've pulled the wool over the eyes of the SEC, and we have all this revenue that we're not reporting from Endotech. Well, like Endotech's a partnership. They're a third-party company. And so that's one more, Jasmine. Sorry, I'm going on. I've made some notes. So I'm just kind of like plowing through a few of these just real quick. So one of the things that I think is really interesting is in a lot of these videos, iGenius gets called a Ponzi scheme, right? They call it like a Ponzi, which is really laughable, first of all, because it would be really interesting that if we are really a Ponzi scheme, that is owned by a publicly traded company that is reporting to the SEC, that is filing, public filings, 10Qs, 10Ks, all that stuff with the United States regulatory agencies involved, that they would just be totally cool with that, right? Well, yeah, there's this other, part. It's laughable. Point is, we're not a Ponzi scheme, and there are Ponzi schemes out there, and so I understand why people quickly draw to that as the quick, like, they stereotype or whatever it may be. These Ponzi schemes, they're creating their own, crypto coins. They're guaranteeing people like 5% a day with no work. I mean, they're crazy, right? And it's completely different than what we are doing. We're, like I said, we're backed by a publicly traded company. We dot the I's, we cross the T's, we make sure that we're compliant. And again, InvestView has other companies outside of just iGenius that are, that are drawing attention from regulators. And so anyway, it's very clear we've worked really hard to make sure that we are doing things the right way. And again, I'm not like upset or knocking the people that maybe like are saying that we're a Ponzi scheme. I get it. If you hear about crypto MLM, an MLM that is, has products in the crypto space, then the immediate reaction is, well, it must be a Ponzi scheme. Well, the fact is it's just not the case. I mean, our success is not tied to just like recruiting, like a Ponzi scheme would be, right? It just all is paid off of the next person that comes in. We actually have many more customers than we do distributors, or those people that are just using the product.
That's actually correct. They are not a Ponzi scheme. They are a pyramid scheme. So Endotech is scammy as well.
The company who's created Crypto.ly is called Endotech. It's the majorly shady company behind the now defunct AI MLM scheme called Daisy AI. So they were behind that hot mess. I mean, the site looks like somebody that has no clue. If you're making a tech software product, you probably know how to code a website and make it look nice. Not the case with this one. So the basic structure of Daisy AI, once again, very similar to the traditional MLM sort of recruitment structure. They would invite members to the Daisy AI platform where they would then gain access to a passive ROI AI type of system. Again, that software promised daily return on investment of 3%. So 3%, that's very unsustainable. Very unsustainable. So unsustainable, in fact, that they're no longer around. Okay, they didn't last. They are now out of business. Endotech, however, is very much still in business. It's still around. They have moved on from Daisy AI to their next money-making scheme, which is obviously working with iGenius and doing the crypto elite software.
And I just did a quick Google search just to see for myself, like what are people reporting, and there are so many reports that people are being scammed by Endotech and lost a lot of money with Endotech as well. So bragging about being with someone who's got such a really bad reputation, why would you even do that? I don't know, but I guess they both have bad reputations for a reason. But yeah, Kiki made a really good explanation on all the scams that they were involved with previously.
Products, we have more of those than those that are actually out there actively sharing the products or distributing those products, and those numbers, they bear out, and they're in our public filings. The number we are the most proud of is that we have really strong retention. In fact, our retention revenue has grown every single month since we launched, and in fact it's outpaced even our enrollment revenue, right? So in other words, we are keeping people at a better rate than we're even bringing people onto the platform, because they're excited, they're happy with their products, they're happy with the services they're getting access to, and they're staying members, and they're really excited about it. So bottom line is that we have we have a lot more customers than distributors. We're not a Ponzi, but I get it. There's kind of just naturally some hate out there for network marketing companies, or companies that use network marketing as their distribution method, and so therefore I get it. I'm just trying to make sure everybody understands that is not the case. All right, the one thing I do want to say is I've watched a couple of these videos, and Jasmine, I know that you've been the person that's been attacked in a lot of these videos, and again, I know you're kind of like over it. It doesn't matter. People can say what they want to say. I mean, I've been in some of these videos as being like made fun of.
He's referring to anti-MLM videos, and I've never seen anyone attack Jasmine or any other WFABB members. I only see people criticizing and exposing the scammy and unethical businesses that MLMs are. They're gonna say attack a lot of the times. No one's attacking anyone. And iGenius is especially problematic because crypto has become somewhat big. People are interested in investing, and personally I just feel that their prices are insane, especially nowadays with inflation and everything. Who the hell can afford even to join?
And attacked, which is like whatever, dude. I can handle that all day long. But I was taken back at like the bullying that goes on some of these videos, like really like lacking taste, lacking tact in the way that they go about it. I mean, one of our employees at iGenius, his name is Christian Crabtree. He's our director of sales, hardworking, just a good employee, great guy, right? And one of the like YouTube people were like making fun of his car, like making fun of him as a person, which I'm just like, man, that I hope that speaks to the type of people that are, kind of putting out this information. I mean, who cares what somebody drives, right? I mean, whoever said that your success or the success of the company comes down to what a guy who's an employee of the company drives. In fact, if we truly are a company that teaches people how to be financially educated, then one of those things we would teach is that cars are a depreciating asset and actually not a good investment. And so if somebody's not driving a flashy car, that's actually probably a sign that they're using the information that we provide. I know that Jasmine, there was some
funny because I'm pretty sure Jasmine and all the other WFABB girls who drive flashy cars. Most of anti-MLM creators don't make fun of people who are in MLMs. But anyway, I don't know what videos you watched.
Insults made to some of the people like on your team. Like I saw like some pretty just awful, like making fun of one of the girls on your team, like the way she looks, the way she puts herself together. There was comments made about that. Again, I hope that speaks to kind of the type of people that we're putting these.
Maybe there were comments made in the comments section. The thing that I hear most of the time is anti-MLM creators telling people, please do not make fun and do not comment on the way that these girls in WFABB look like. So do not make fun of their appearance or anything like that. All of those kind of comments are gonna get deleted. I've specifically heard Diana and Isabella saying these type of things. So you can't blame a creator for something that someone who watches their videos put into the comments. We don't control these people that watch our videos. It's the internet. When you put yourself out there, you should expect people to make fun of you and make these kind of comments. The narrative here is that all the anti-MLM creators are just making fun of them. That's not the situation. And if you've been watching anti-MLM content, you know that that's not what we do here.
Videos out there. I mean, the videos I watched, these people had done zero research on our company, right? There was personal attacks. There was these generalizations or these quick assumptions made. And yet they were claiming to be doing a comprehensive review or a deep dive of our company. I mean, to give you an example, in one of the videos, you know, the person was talking about one of our products, again, one of these third-party products that our members can get access to. We have a partnership with a company called Onero. And people can, you know, they can purchase these packages of a cryptocurrency called NDAO, right? And the YouTuber was like saying it as NDAU, right? Well, if they had gone to our website, or if they'd gone to the website of NDAO, they would have like watched like a 1-minute video just to kind of understand what it is, and they would have learned that, oh, it's called NDAO, not NDAU, which actually it's a really cool product. Go check it out. They're a company that were created 2 years before iGenius, you know, launched.
The way someone pronounces something does not hold any value of how much that person knows about something. Especially if they're a foreigner like myself, I mispronounce stuff all the time. Does not mean that I don't know anything about it. Like I was called out for mispronouncing Zaya Active's name and stuff like that. And just because I mispronounced the name in the past does not mean that I was wrong about it being a scammy, unethical business, in my own opinion. So this is just a silly argument and it does not hold any value.
We had no partnership with them prior to that. And yeah, we think it's a really cool cryptocurrency. They have all sorts of utility. People, you know, it has like staking rewards and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I digress. But the point is, these people know nothing about us. They didn't talk about actually all the additional things that people love and the reason why our retention continues to be so great and why we're growing and why people are super excited about our platform. You know, we have a discount travel engine people get access to. Again, one more perk, one more benefit. You know, there's access to these different third parties. Oh, one thing I wanted to bring up, I thought this was really interesting and it's worth noting and for people to understand. One of the comments that was made was that, you know, we have this partnership with Endotech, as I talked about. This is this third party company. They create artificial intelligence crypto trading software that their software can connect to somebody's, you know, crypto exchange account. And the YouTuber was like, there is no such thing as artificial intelligence or any sort of like software that could ever, you know, factor in all of the things that could impact the market. I'm like, okay, look, of course not, right? But that's the whole idea of using like artificial intelligence is, you know, the software starts to be the one that makes the decisions and factors in like 100 different things in order to execute the trades. You're not having a human, you know, that's influenced, you know, heavily or you know, is reacting to things. I mean, that's why you would use artificial intelligence. And the bottom line is we have people.
Okay, but why is it promoted on social media, especially by WFABB, that it is something that can trade for you? You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to have any knowledge in order to trade because this AI is going to do everything for you. It is literally marketed and promoted that way on social media, which is why people are saying, no, you can't fully rely on an AI. Obviously, you can't fully rely on a robot to do everything for you. That's why people are saying that, because you're literally your own team members, whatever the hell you want to call them, are advertising it that way. So don't you see what's happening under your own roof in your own company?
All over the world that really like that product and they're using it and they're happy with it. But I thought that was a funny thing to point out that, you know, that could never happen or that there could never be. And again, maybe the reason that YouTuber took issue with that is that maybe they're thinking that we're claiming that's a, a perfect strategy, that everybody's winning, nobody's losing, everybody's millionaires within. It's not the case, right? So that strategy, that company Endotech, they've had losing months, they've had multiple losing months. That it's like any other trading strategy. There's wins, there's losses, but overall we have a lot of customers that they're happy with their performance, and we're really excited about that. Anyway, the point of this video, and I'm going on, I've just got like a couple more things, but was just to kind of set the record straight. If you don't want to join iGenius, don't join iGenius. Totally get it. And I understand, the hate towards MLMs has been around for a long time. It's not for everybody. But like bullying videos that are literally like bullying and distasteful, just really, going at people hard. I think that speaks to
MLMs are hated for a reason, because 99% of people lose money or go into debt. They put so much work into them, they don't earn any money back. The people on top earn the most money. I don't know whose video you watched, surely not mine. Definitely most of the anti-MLM creators don't make fun of anyone's appearance, anyone's car. And again, if you're referring to people in the comments, people who watch anti-MLMs creators can't control what people are going to write in the comments, but they do delete comments if they are offensive, if they are pointed at the way the WFABB women look like. It's just a silly argument, Chad.
The type of integrity that's being used with some of these things, right? And then just blatant lies, right? Where people are just not taking the time to really understand what we do. I mean, one of the claims is that people are, they're taken advantage of. Members, they're welcome to choose if they want to join the platform or not. And one of the claims was the company doesn't care if people are losing money or winning. They don't care. They're just making their money off the membership. Well, I mean, of course we care if people are making money and they're being successful in their, in this journey of learning how to invest and how to participate in the markets. We're providing the education, the tools, and we take that really seriously. We contract with market experts, and we, if they're not providing good information and good education, then people are not going to have success in the markets, and therefore people are not going to keep paying for their membership. And so, yeah, we care a lot about that. We monitor the performance of, the market experts that are providing, trade ideas, which people get access to. And if those are not turning out to be good ideas, then we obviously would, we have terminated several of those traders. So people aren't getting taken advantage of. It is an opportunity. People in most cases, they're doing it, as a side hustle, as a part-time thing to create, additional extra income if they are sharing the business, or if they're just using the products as a customer. Then it's another way for them to start to learn how to invest. We're by no means telling people that they shouldn't still go to a financial advisor and sit down and have a plan that way. We're providing people that are wanting to be, self-directed investors, that have that as one more part of their portfolio. We're providing a platform that's giving them, tools, education, and things that allow them to have success. Guys, at the end of the day, it's a business. Our members are seeing positive results. They're excited about the opportunity. By all means, if you have more questions, we're happy to address them. Go to our, the thing I always drive people back to, though, is go to investview.com and go to the public filings, and you can literally see every detail about our business. You can look and see what the revenues were and what we pay in commission. You can see all of it. It's all there as a publicly traded company. So guys, I know that was a little bit longer than we had talked about, Jasmine. I apologize. I wanted to make sure that I covered all the topics, but listen, I really appreciate all that you're doing. Again, I know that you've been, the focus of some of these videos. Like I said, some of us have been too. It's at the end of the day, it's whatever. People are going to have their opinions, but I wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity to set the record straight on a couple of those claims that were absolutely false. They were lies. They're inaccurate. And again, I hope that for everyone's benefit, that those that are, kind of making those personal attacks, that bullying stuff, I hope that stops. I think that, we've seen that enough in our world, that when people are, making fun of people or being, really hurtful, you just don't know what somebody's dealing with. You don't know what they're going through from a personal standpoint. So, and I don't claim to be perfect. I'm sure I've made mistakes in my life as well too. But I would just encourage all of us, inviting myself, to maybe think a little bit more before we make, like a personal attack on somebody, because I just don't think that there's any room for that. If you don't like our company, if you don't like the idea of of joining a company that teaches people what we do. If you think that it's not, then great, and you can have an opinion, make a video about it. But let's make sure that everybody understands where the truth lies. Jasmine, sorry.
Anti-MLM content in most cases is not a personal attack on anyone. All words and no proof. I wanted to cover the anti-MLMers are bullies part of it because that's my favorite part to talk about. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button if you want to support me. I will hopefully see you in the next one. I have to go eat because I'm starving. Bye.